My name is Ruth. Curious. I am 78 years old, and 5 years ago, at 73, I put my photograph on a dating website. My daughter helped me. I told her it was her idea. It was not her idea. It was mine. But I needed someone to blame if it went wrong. Gerald had been gone for 5 years. I had been a widow for 5 years, and I was tired of having dinner alone. Sandra set up the profile on a Wednesday evening. She asked me, "How would you describe yourself?" I said, "Old." She said, "That is not helpful." We settled on retired educator, lifelong reader, Georgia-born. We chose 3 photographs, one from my granddaughter's graduation, one from Carol's birthday party. One Sandra took that Wednesday. I looked like myself in all 3. That was Sandra's rule. You have to look like yourself. Not younger, not prettier, like yourself. We posted the profile at 9:47 p.m. By Thursday morning, I had 14 messages. I expected 2. I showed Sandra. She said, "Mom, you are a catch." I said, "Sandra, I am 73. She said, "I know, that is what I said." The first message said, "You seem like a real person." I thought, what a strange compliment. The second message was a photograph, just a photograph, no words. I deleted that one immediately. The third message asked me what I was looking for. I wrote back, "I am not entirely sure. Honesty first." He wrote back, "Same." His name was Frank. He was 71. I met Frank for coffee on a Saturday in March, a bakery on my corner. Public place. Sandra knew where I was. I told her to call me at 11 if she had not heard from me. She called at 10:30. I did not pick up. Frank was shorter than his photograph suggested. That is apparently very common. He was nervous. He kept straightening his napkin. I found this endearing. He had been married 34 years. His wife had died in 2020. He had 2 daughters in Atlanta. We talked for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Frank and I went on 4 dates. He was kind and funny. He was honest about what he was going through. On the 5th date, he told me something. He thought he was still in love with his wife. 3 years after her death. I told him, "That is real." I told him, "Take more time." He said, "I thought you would be angry." I said, "No, I recognize grief." That was the end of Frank and me. Not dramatically, not with anger. He texted me the following Tuesday. He said, "Thank you for understanding." I said, "Go take care of yourself." That is still the best text exchange I have ever had. After Frank, I thought about stopping. I sat with my profile for 2 weeks without opening it. Then I opened it because I am a teacher. Teachers do not stop at the first difficult lesson. In 90 days, 27 conversations, 7 first dates, 3 second dates, 1 third date. Here is what I learned, not what you should do, what I learned. First, photographs lie. Not always intentionally. People choose the best version, which is human and slightly disappointing in person. Second, men over 70 who are ready are rarer than the sites suggest. Many of them are lonely. That is different from ready. Loneliness and readiness feel similar at the beginning. They feel very different by the 3rd date. Third thing, red flags online are the same as in person. 10 messages before you agree to meet. Too eager. Move off the platform immediately. Something to hide. Pivots to compliments instead of answering your question. He is not answering the question. I spotted these faster than I expected. 35 years teaching prepared me well. Children also redirect when they do not want to answer. The skill transfers. Fourth, the age gap goes both ways. Some men wanted someone 20 years younger. I thanked them and moved on. Some men my age wanted someone who had lived a life. Those were the conversations worth having. Fifth thing, And this I did not expect. After 90 days, I did not find a partner. I found something else. I found that I was still interesting, that I was still curious about other people. I had not known I needed to know this until I found it out. The profile came down in June, not because it failed, because 90 days was what I promised myself, and I keep my promises, even to myself, especially to myself. I still have dinner alone most nights, but I have it differently now. I know I could have company if I wanted it. That changes how alone feels. It changes it completely. I want to say something to any woman over 65 who is thinking about this and is afraid. The fear is real. It is also not a reason. I was afraid of my first day of teaching in 1971. I taught for 35 years anyway. Fear tells you the thing matters. It does not tell you to stop. The app is just a door. You do not have to walk all the way through. You can stand in the doorway and see what is there. And if you do not like what you see, you can close it, but you have to open it first. You are still interesting. You have not stopped being interesting. That is wat einar kan si bashdi dis afwa. Sawais harktwai ides brighty days taught me I was still worth the attempt. If one person watching this opens the door because of what I said, I will consider this the most useful thing I have done since I retired. Now go on. You are interesting. You are worth the attempt. And whoever is on the other side is lucky to find out.